Okay, welcome to part 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos Joey the Passion. Just a reminder, we are trying to complete this card list, all 7 pages. We are at 12%, 42 out of 350 cards. Really need our deck to get a lot stronger. We really didn't add anything from our last win, spoilers on that. And there's a bunch of cards I really want to get out of this deck. Baby Dragon needs to go. Polymerization probably needs to go. Forest needs to go. We need some stronger cards, especially some tribute monsters too. So hopefully we get a win today and we can add it to our deck. So let's do it. Still at level 1 of the process here, which is probably a good thing considering how weak our deck is. So let's see what we do. Last time we played Mr. Wheeler here, he definitely has some 1800 attack monsters that are hard to deal with. So looks like we're going first. All right, so what do we got? We got Morphing Jar number 2, 3-star monster, 800 attack, 700 defense. This is a flip effect where you return all monster cards on the field to their respective decks and shuffle them. You and your opponent then pick up cards until you both have the same number of monster cards, level 4 or lower, that were returned to each deck. Special summon the monsters on the field in face-down defense position. Any other cards picked up are discarded to the graveyard. We also have Witch of the Black Forest, 4-star monster, 1100 attack, 1200 defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, move one monster with a defense of 1500 or less to your deck to your hand and shuffle it. We got the Headless Knight, a 4-star normal monster with 1450 attack and 1700 defense. We got the Mystical Space Typhoon. You can destroy one spell or trap card on the field. We got Polymerization, first time pulling it, where you can fuse 2 or more fusion material monsters to form a new fusion monster. We only have the Alligator Sword Dragon, which is a pretty weak fusion monster, and we don't even have the pieces for it. And we got the Gemini Elf. This is a very, very powerful 4-star normal monster. It is the powerfulest 4-star monster in this series in terms of just pure attack. 1900 attack, 900 defense. We're going to hold on to this card because I'm fearful that he's going to get rid of it. So let's do Headless Knight in defense mode to start. 1700 defense. I think we can survive something. I'm going to throw Polymerization down. If he is going to target a card to destroy on my trapping field, my trap and magic cards, I would rather just lose Polymerization because probably not going to really use it. It's unlikely we'll get to Alligator Sword and Baby Dragon anyways. So, all right, so he's summoning the gross Ghost of Field Dreams. So good for us here because that is a 4-star monster with 1300 attack and 1800 defense. So our 1700 defense monster is definitely gonna block that. He's throwing 2 cards down. Another Gemini Elf. I am worried what these are, to be honest with you, and I don't want to waste the Gemini Elf. So I'm going to try summoning Witch of the Black Forest and see if he uses one of those cards to destroy it. Does not. All right, let's put the Headless Knight into attack position. That's going to 1450 versus 1300, so we should clear that board unless he has something in the back to prevent us. Graceful Dice. All right, he's going to roll a dice, 6-sided dice, and it's going to increase by 1 to 600, depending on what he gets. Only 100, so we still win. That's good. Happy to see that. We'll get rid of the gross Ghost of Field Dreams, and we'll use the Witch of the Black Forest to attack his life points directly. Off to a good start here. I feel pretty good. He only has 1 card protecting him, which I could potentially get rid of with the Mystical Space Typhoon next turn on me. Somber the Dark, card that we have ourselves. So 2100 attack. I cannot attack directly, so it cannot hit my life points directly. But every time it attacks, it loses 200 points. So now it's at 1900, as you can see, because it just destroyed my Witch of the Black Forest. Witch of the Black Forest does allow me to pick a monster with 1500 or less and add it to my hand. 1500 or less defense and add it to my hand. So let's see what we want. I think I like the fact, and again, guys, as I always say, tell me how I'm doing strategy-wise. Like, I am no shape or form a great duelist, so let me know how I'm doing in the comments and how you think I could improve. Like, I think some people here would choose Goblin Attack Force. It is the strongest monster at 2300 that we have, but I'm gonna actually take the Penguin Soldier as a defensive mechanism. So that's a 2-star monster, 750 attack, 500 defense, and has a flip effect of you can return up to 2 monster cards from the field to the owner's hand. Just in case he gets something crazy like Jinzo or Amphibian Beast, I will have this in my hand that I can play. I already have 2 really strong attack monsters in Gemini Elf, so I don't feel the need that I need to bulk up my attacking monsters. Flame Service, that's an interesting card. I was gonna use Gemini Elf as a sacrificial lamb to get rid of Zombra the Dark and then attack him directly with the Headless Knight, but I could just tribute Headless Knight for Flame Service. What would you do in this situation, guys? I think I'm going to go the Flame Service route to save my Gemini Elves because they are so valuable. But first things first, I'm going to use Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of whatever he's got in the back here because I am worried. Yep, Torrential Tribute. You can activate this card when a monster is summoned, including Flip Summon and Special Summon, destroy all monsters in the field. That would have gotten rid of whatever I had. I'm going to go the Flame Service route, so I am going to sacrifice my Headless Knight to bring forth Flame Service. It is a normal monster, 6-star, so it does require the tribute, with a 2100 attack and 1800 defense. So that will allow us to get rid of Zombra the Dark, who is now only at 1900, and not have to lose the Gemini Elf, like I said before. So that brings him down to 6,250 life points, and we're at 7,000. I feel pretty good with those Gemini Elves, I'm not going to lie. So we'll see what happens, though. Card down. That, we'll see what that is, but alright, time to bring one of those Gemini Elves out, and we're going to use the Flame Service to attack this monster face down. I could use Gemini Elf, but I am worried this is a 2000 defense monster, so I want to get rid of it, and it is. Island Turtle. That wouldn't have worked with the Gemini Elf, so that's a 4-star monster with 1100 attack and a 2000 defense, so we get rid of that, exposing his life points directly for the Gemini Elf. So we're doing really good here. We got a lot of resources, 2 very powerful monsters on the field, and just in case something really bad happens, we got Morphing Jar and Penguin Soldier in the back. So it looks like he's just trying to protect his life points. He doesn't look like he really has anything. Let's bring forth the second Gemini Elf, 1900. The 2 cards we have drew from the last 2 turns are Tiger Axe, a 4-star monster with 1300 attack and 1100 defense, and Alligator Sword, 1500 attack, 1200 defense, another 4-star monster. So let's use that Flame Service with its 2100 attack to see what's underneath here. Nimble Momonga, a card that we had in our deck. You increase your life points by 1000, and if you have other Nimble Momongas, you can summon them to the field. Looks like he doesn't, which is the whole purpose of that card. So I'm glad he doesn't, because they would have protected his life points and he would have kept increasing by 1000, buying him time. So now we can use our 2 Gemini Elves to attack him directly. Bringing him down to 1550. So he's basically got 1 turn here to figure it out. Let's see if he does, if he's got something to stop us. Doesn't look like it. I feel pretty good about this. So let's just grab a card. We got Zombra the Dark, which we just saw. This card cannot attack the player directly. Each time this card destroys a monster in battle, decrease the attack of this card by 200 points. So it's 2100. We will use Zombra because it can't attack directly to figure out what the heck this is. It was just a Tiger Axe, which we just went through. He's exposed. We'll use Flame Service to finish him off. All right, a win. 1 more, and let's get some good cards, because, man, I am worried about what else he has. Those, like, if you watched episode 2, you know those 1800 attack monsters are tough to deal with this deck. You just don't have the resources right now. All right, we're going first. Not a really great draw, but hey, we'll see what happens. So we got Torrential Tribute, which we just talked about. So you can activate this card when a monster is summoned, including Flip Summoned or Special Summoned, destroy all monsters in the field. We got Forest. This is a field spell card and increases the attack and defense of all insect, beast, plant, beast warrior type monsters by 200 points. Mystical Space Typhoon, destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. We got the Axe Raider with 1700 attack, and it's a 4-star monster and 1150 defense, and 2 baby dragons. 3-star monster, 1200 attack, 700 defense. I'm going to throw the Torrential Tribute down to protect us. It's a defense measure. I don't want to waste Axe Raider just in case he's got something to destroy it. It is a valuable 1700 attack monster, so I'm going to start off with the baby dragon in attack mode. It's probably going to get destroyed. I'm sure whatever he's got can beat a baby dragon with 1200 attack, but hey, I just want to see what he's going to do. There we go. That's a good monster. Darkfire Soldier, number 2. So it is a 4-star monster with 1700 attack and 1100 defense. So that's definitely going to beat our baby dragon, but we got an Axe Raider that can deal with that. We can exchange if we need to. He's got no field, he's got no spell or trap cards, so not too worried about that. Just drew Harpy's Feather Duster, so that destroys all your opponent's spell and trap cards on the field. He's got none. I am going to do what we talked about. This is not Warrior, right? It's just Beast Warrior. Yeah, so I'm going to do what we talked about. I'm going to get the Axe Raider on the field. I think this is a worthwhile sacrifice. It's going to leave me open for an attack from whatever he might summon next, but I don't want him to tribute that Darkfire Soldier number 2 and it be something so strong that I can't deal with. So even though we got the Torrential Tribute to block it, I am worried about whatever he might bring forward. I'm happy with this. He's putting in an Island Turtle in attack mode, 1100 attack, 2000 defense, but it being in defense would have been a lot harder to deal with. So I will take this 1100 points directly to my life points and not worry about it too much, because I can get rid of that Island Turtle this turn. Drew Magic Jammer, so you can discard 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation of a spell card and destroy it. So that's a pretty good card. Let's throw that down in case he gets a good spell card. We will bring forth the baby dragon, and it has 1200 attack. Island Turtle only has 1100 attack, so we will take that 100 point difference. And we're in an okay position. We don't really got any monsters, and Baby Dragon is by far a weak monster, but hey, we're not doing too bad here. So let's see what he's got. An Axe Raider. All right. Do I use the Torrential Tribute here? I'm going to lose Baby Dragon regardless. Or do I wait a turn and see what I get? That is the question. Again, what would you do in the comments? Hindsight's always 20/20. I'm going to pass. I'm going to lose the baby dragon anyways. I'm going to take the hit to the life points because I'm thinking the Torrential Tribute will have more benefit if he tributes the Axe Raider or brings forth another monster next turn. Or you can just block everything. Not a bad pull. We drew the Gross Ghost of the Field Dreams, 1300 attack and 1800 defense. So that will, if nothing else changes, that will block the Axe Raider from getting to our life points. So let's see what he does. We'll throw that in defense mode. Panther Warrior. It's Panther Warrior. Okay, that's not horrible though, because he has to tribute for Panther Warrior to work. So we're not going to use the Torrential Tribute. We're going to let him attack with his Axe Raider, and he can take the hit there. He is going to get rid of my Gross Ghost of Field Drains, but he is going to have to sacrifice his Axe Raider to do so. So I'm not too mad about that, because that Panther Warrior is a pain in the ass to deal with, but at the same time, he's getting rid of his own resources. Drew Sagan. It's a 3-star monster with a 1000 attack and a 600 defense, and when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can move 1 monster with an attack of 1500 or less from your deck to your hand. We're going to throw that in defense position. It is going to get destroyed next turn, but hey, we can search our deck and maybe bring forth something to get rid of this Panther Warrior. So let's see what he does. Gemini Elf. Is this the time to use the Torrential Tribute? It is. These are 2 really strong monsters. I don't want to deal with them. I don't think I have the resources needed. So glad I saved the Torrential Tribute to this point. And then Sagan will allow us to also bring something into our hand with 1500 attack or less. Which I'm probably going to go with Witch of the Black Forest, because I need something to attack that, if also destroyed, will bring another monster back to me. And I can bring a Gemini Elf if I do it that way. So I think that's the move. All right, we drew our own Island Turtle. Again, 4-star monster, 1100 attack, 2000 defense. Let's use the Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of whatever he has in the back there, because I don't want it impacting our decisions. He had his own Mystical Space Typhoon. I'm going to summon the Witch of the Black Forest, and when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can move one monster with a defense of 1500 or less from your deck to your hand. Your deck is in shuffle. So that will help me bring a really powerful monster with a low defense and a high attack to my hand, which is the whole purpose of why I choose it with Sagan. We'll do the 1100 damage directly to his life points, bringing him down to 6,700. We have 5,900. Summon Sagan in attack mode. That isn't interesting, because I got more. I don't know the purpose of that, but okay. I don't know what this is, and I want the free damage, so I'm going to use the giant Trinade. Can't click it. There we go. Let's return all the spell and trap cards in the hand. That will give me some free access to him. I'll put the Magic Jammer back down. I'll summon Island Turtle in attack mode, so I can get some free damage on him and his life points. So use the Island Turtle, get rid of the Sangan. What is he gonna pick though? So he chose the Gross Ghost of Field Dreams. So that's 1300 attack, 1800 defense. That's definitely something I'm gonna have to deal with the next turn, but we'll worry about that as it comes. He'll probably attack my Island Turtle, which sucks because I could have used that for defense, but I'll take the free damage. There's that Gross Ghost. So let's see who he targets. Yep, Island Turtle. Not too concerned because the Witch of the Black Forest is going to let me bring something. Oh, he put 2 cards down. That's probably Harpy Feathers Duster time. Oh, don't even need to. Awesome. Okay, so we just drew. Don't even need to worry about what I'm going to pull. I mean, we drew Alligator Sword, which will take care of that Gross Ghost because it is a 4-star monster with 1,500 attack and 1,200 defense. I'm going to use Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't want 2 cards in the back there to impact us, especially with one of them being Magical Cylinders. That would have hurt if he would have negated one of my attacks and sent it back to me, and he had to know his own Mystical Space Typhoon. So we will summon the Alligator Sword. We will use the Alligator Sword to destroy the Gross Ghost of Field Dreams, and then the Witch of the Black Forest can attack his life points directly. I'm assuming those 3 cards in his hand are tribute monsters, so definitely don't want him to get in a position to tribute, because it would be hard pressed to handle that with the current cards I have. So he's down to 4,200. Card face down. Monster Reborn. Is there anything worth taking? Should I just hold on to that just in case? There's not really anything super powerful, and I'm not worried about what he's doing right now, so I'm going to hold on to that just in case things get hairy. It might slow down the duel a little bit. I could have maybe ended it right here, depending on what I brought back, but I was worried about what that could potentially be. Maybe a Torrential Tribute. I don't really know. I think maybe, I don't know if Mirror Force is in this game. I know it's in the Kaiba game, but something. We can, one more turn. What's one more turn, right? Alright, let's use the Monster Reborn now. And we will take back... Let's take back the Gemini Elf that he had. And we will put that in attack position. We just drew Grateful Dice, so you roll one 6-sided dice. Result is multiplied by 100 and added to the attack and defense of all monsters you can control until the end of your turn. This has the potential to be the last turn. I'm gonna set it. If he has a 2,000 defense monster, he got me, you know, and it'll extend one more turn, but it's not. It's Penguin Soldier. He gets to return 2 of my monster cards from the hand back to the field. He's going to take his own Gemini Elf, go back to his own hand. So that definitely hurts, as he's going to summon the Gemini Elf next turn. We'll take the 1,100 direct damage to him, though. So he's definitely going to get another 2 or 3 turns, I think, out of this. Maybe, well, maybe 1. Hopefully only 1. That sucks that I took the Gemini Elf and he got it back, because he's definitely going to summon it right now. But we have plans for that. So I get to pick a monster now that has 1,500. I was thinking either my own Gemini Elf or Goblin Attack Force. I'm probably going to lose Goblin Attack Force right away if I do that. So I'm going to take Zombra the Dark. 2,100 attack. It can attack directly and it loses 200 attack. It loses 200 attack points every time it destroys a monster in battle. But that's enough to get rid of this Gemini Elf, which is what I need. And then the next turn, I can hopefully finish him off. So Goblin Attack wouldn't have done it either. It would have brought him down to 100 attack points. So, what's he gonna roll? I'm gonna activate Graceful Dice. Let's take a chance. So Skull Dice does the reverse. Instead of increasing, it decreases. So let's see what each of us got. I'm gonna need a high roll. High roll. Come on now. I win, no matter what. I'm going up 600, and then I'm only going to go down 300. So he's still going to lose, and that's actually going to end the duel right there. So again, Skull Dice is just the reverse. You roll 1/6 result. The result is multiplied by 100 and subtracted from the attack and defense of all monsters on your opponent's in your opponent's control until the end of the turn. Monsters summoned after this card effect is excluded. So, all right, good. A double win again. Happy to see that. Hopefully we get some good cards here. All right, let's take a look at those cards and see if we can add any of them to our deck.
Man, I got totally whooped. But I'm never gonna quit as long as I got my whole future ahead of me.
Okay, so what did we get? What did we get? We got 3 brand new cards. We got the Lord of D. So this is a 4-star monster with 1,200 attack and 1,100 defense. All dragon type monsters cannot be targeted by spell cards, trap cards, or other effects that specifically designate a target while this card is faced up on the field. So I remember that from the anime. You just can't destroy your dragons. It's a weak monster. I don't know. I mean, I got weak monsters like Baby Dragon in there, so it might be worthwhile for a minute or two. Mask of Dispel. This is a continuous magic card. Select one face-out spell card on the field. The controller of the spell card must take damage of 500 life points during each of his or her standby phases. When the selected card is destroyed or removed from the field, this card is all destroyed. That's pretty useless because a lot of the spell cards that are played in this format aren't continuous and don't remain on the field, so we're not going to be using that. And we also got Miracle Dig. If there are 5 or more of your monsters that have been removed from play in the current duel, return 3 of them to the graveyard. Also pretty pointless. So unfortunately, I don't think we really add anything. I could take the Lord of D over maybe a Baby Dragon if I want to remove Polymerization. I could do that. The Forest card hasn't really come into play. I'm trying to think of cards here that we don't really need. Polymerization we don't need. Graceful Dice is going to eventually be null and void. Forest we don't need. Don't need the Baby Dragons or the Tiger Axes. Is Lord of D worth it? I don't really have any dragons. Yeah, it's not worth it. So we're going to hold on that. But hey, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. Again, if you want to like or comment or subscribe, that would be beneficial. Definitely comment, though, on how I'm doing strategically and how I can improve. And if you'd like to see me try something else as we progress through this series, also let me know about that. So, all right, talk to you later.